Good Monday morning, everybody. How are y'all doing today? Hey, Sandra. Sandra, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, child, okay? I think my headphones got a shortage in it, but let me know, child. I wasn't even planning on coming on today. But I said, what in the world is going on? Oh, Lord. Child. I said, well, okay. Let me go on and hit my live button. You can hear me, Sandra? Thank you, girl. Thank you, Simone. Child, I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to the beginning of your week. We are under a Arctic vortex of cold, okay, and we are entering the matrix, okay. Now we've been in it for a while, but we ready to start seeing it for ourselves around here, right? So, hey, simply me, how you doing? And happy Martin Luther King's birthday, by the way, okay. So let me tell you why I came live so early. Even before I hit the link, I was in the kitchen fixing my coffee because I am not like some people. I do not order beverages from places like Uber Eats and stuff like that. I don't understand that. That's not my train of thought. I like to make my own coffee. You know what I mean? So anyway, and it is also inauguration day, as well as a celebration of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. Right? Very interesting, right? Now, Trump did a speech last night, our incoming president, which will be sworn in a couple of hours, actually. And he said he is going to take this country back. I'm like, well, who you taking it from, boo? But okay, all right. So anyway, I click on YouTube, right? Got up a little later. It's cold. Had to let the dog out. The dog didn't want to go out. That's a whole drama right there to get the dog out in the cold, right? You know. And so anyway, y'all know I don't never look at Ronnie Q. Per the title of the video, whatever it is, and y'all see this. The reason why this picture is up here, I'm gonna take it down in a second. But the reason why this picture is up here is for a reason. Okay, so let me tell you why this picture right here is up. Right. So I click on nobody else is on. Really. And I never listened to Ronnie Q on purpose because y'all remember she said I was stealing her content and I was not giving her a shout out for it. And what she meant by that was, I go through in the mornings and I do my cliff notes, right? So she had a problem with that because I did not say, hey, I was listening to Ronnie Q and I heard this, that, and the other from over there, right? And so still to this day, she is saying that I was taking her content, which is ridiculous because the content that you are talking about, I was taking is the same thing that we all talk about. It's just that I don't sit around all night and listen to everybody's video. And I need to know what the hot topics are so I can go to the channel and read about through it and give my commentary, right? So that's what she meant by that, right? So y'all please hit the like button. So anyway, she going down the stream, and I'm thinking she's having a real conversation, right? Because it is, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's celebration day, as well as inauguration day, right? So I'm thinking, okay, this ain't nothing stupid. She can't say I'm stealing her content. Let me drop down in the chat, right? And also, I click on the video. I drop down in the chat because she's talking about Dr. King, which is a real topic. You know what I mean? It is not a YouTube drama. It is not beef sector drama or anything like that, right? So I click on the video, and let me take a sip of my coffee out because I just made it, child. Mm-mm. Thank goodness I got a thermal mug. Y'all gonna have to listen to me gulping down coffee this morning because, like I said, I just made it. I wasn't planning on coming on live today, right? But so anyway, please like the video. So I'm over. I'm over there listening, and you got some trolls over there in her chat, and they were being very disrespectful towards her, right? Okay. Oh yeah, this ain't no drama. It's just the same old, Sandra. It ain't even no beef. So I see them over there being very disrespectful towards her. You know what I mean? And y'all know that I don't like to suffer those types of fools. So I said, well, let me drop down and ask her if she clicking the link today, right? So I dropped down. I said, good morning, Ronnie Q in chat. Are you clicking, are you dropping the link today, right? And so I didn't know that she clearly still had animosity towards me for a lie that she told on me, right? Because you cannot say I'm stealing content from you and we all talk about the same thing, right? So uh, she said, I know this can't be Olivia the Oracle or whatever, right? But I said, girl, stop being petty. You know what I mean? I came to talk about Dr. King. That's what I typed in the chat. Now, I thought I was blocked out the chat, to be quite honest with you. But she not blocked over here, right? So she was like, well, yeah, I'm going to drop the link, right? So, now, mind you, in the chat, I had typed, I didn't come over here to be petty, because in my mind, you're having a serious conversation, when it concerns not only Dr. Martin Luther King, but the greater black community, right? And you being over the, they are not only disrespecting you and Dr. King's memory, they are disrespecting us, right? As a whole. Y'all know that I am pro-black. I don't care how much they make fun of it. Can't nobody change it, right? I will come over here and dog you out. This is the beef sector, right? But in reality, I am black first. Everybody know this. Bennett, gonna be it. Gonna die with it. And it just is what it is, right? So, anyway, she clicks the link. And the first thing she says, well, I said, hey, Ronnie Q. And then she starts going in about something stupid, about some YouTube stuff. Well, did I lie? And I was like, yeah, you lied. Did she think I was going to change my stance because I clicked her link to help her out? So, Ronnie Q, what happened was, girl, I really came over there to help you out, okay? Because you clearly can't articulate what it is that you want to say, okay? Especially when it comes to the greater melanated community, right? So I came over there to help you out. Now, I'm not saying that you needed no help because you didn't, because you black just like I am, okay? But for the fact that they were disrespecting you, right, and you did not break it down to them, I was like, well, let me get up here and let me be the antagonist. I'll break it down for them. Do you see what I'm saying? So I went up there to help. So I said, she asked me the question, said, hey, one first lady Sparker, how you doing? And hey, everybody that hit the chat, right? It's just a couple of y'all that dropped down, but y'all please hit the like button, okay? Please hit the like button from the class. Please hit the like button, child. So anyway, because this was not my intention of coming on here today, right? But I was taken aback and I was surprised. Can't even finish my coffee. Y'all know I do not like to come live this early in the morning. I like to wake up and look at the watch GMA as well as watch YouTube at the same dang time. I be multitasking and drinking my coffee, right? So I do all that, right? So anyway, so I said, yeah, you lied. Like, what did she think I was gonna say, right, or something like that? Anyway, y'all go back over and look at back. It wasn't that long, right? So she's like, drop. Well, okay, B. Say that. Go talk about it on your own channel. Drop. So she dropped me off the panel. I guess I was supposed to be offended. You still in your feelings, girl, for some insignificant nonsense. See, and then let me talk about the title of the video, as well as what you're seeing on the screen. It says stirs in ancestral disgust. I said, child, shaking my head, right? Because those are my sentiments, right? And so the reason for the title, I think the title says something like, "See, Ronnie Q, this is the problem with us." Okay. Now, when I said, "See, Ronnie Q, this is the problem with us," I didn't mean, "See, this is the problem with me and Ronnie Q," because it is what it is. She can be in her feelings from now until the end of time. I don't care. She got a problem with me. I don't have a problem with her. Okay. Now, I didn't drop her off my panel that day when I was talking about, her, how they were doing her wrong as it pertained to her Christmas giveaway. They were saying it was a scam and all of this and all of that. And I was like, well, no, it's not. You know what I mean? Not in my opinion. She wasn't doing nothing wrong. She wasn't scamming the people out of money. She's done it before, right? And I didn't see a problem with it. Still don't see a problem with it. Folks will start stuff about anything, right? So she dropped down in my chat that day. That ain't been too long ago. Y'all remember the kerfuffle that was going on about them trying to imply that she did something wrong, which I do not believe that she did nothing wrong. I still don't do nothing. I know she didn't do nothing wrong, right? So anyway, she drops down in my chat because I'm defending her and her project. Okay, hey, all the smoke. And she then proceeds to hit the link, right? So she hit the link and she said what she had to say. Appreciate her hitting the link to give her opinion on what it was that I was saying. She wasn't against what I was saying because I wasn't being against her. I wasn't being antagonistic against her or her competition. Right? It wasn't even a competition; it was a giveaway, right? And because I was in support of, and I thought it was wrong what they were, trying to imply about her scamming money via the giveaway. I do not believe that then. I do not believe that now, right? And so anyway, she said what she had to say. Then she drops it, whatever, and then she dropped down. Now, I wasn't being petty. I was being real when I was saying this was a real conversation. I don't think the woman was scamming just because she was trying to give Christmas funds away, right? Trying to be good to her subscribers, right? I don't see nothing wrong with that, right? So I wasn't being petty. She dropped down in the chat. She hit the link. Okay, it was cool. But today, which was a real conversation, okay? But today, she having a real conversation over there, or she trying to. Okay, talking about Dr. King. And like I said, she let me hit the link. Only to talk about something petty in the midst of what is supposed to be a real conversation. Now, I would not have even clicked her link if it was not for what's going on today, right? So, like I said, look, they was dogging her out in the chat, but not dogging her up, but disrespecting her with some of the questions that they were asking her, right? And y'all know how I feel. Some of y'all, if y'all not new, how I feel when it comes to the conversation about melanated people, right? Hey, Creole butterfly, right? If you've been around with me for a while, y'all know my stance on being black first, right? But she's so petty and she's so silly. Now, maybe it's because she had a head injury or something. I don't know what it is. But, girl, on today like today, oh, then she said after she, before she dropped me down, well, go have the conversation on your own channel. Okay, girl. So that's what we're doing. Y'all please hit the like. But we're going to have a conversation on my channel. But first, we're going to talk about your ignorant self. See, when I say that, when I put in the title, this is the problem with us, I'm not only talking about when it comes to this silly woman. I'm talking about a lot of melanated people, right? Now, in this situation, it was real silly. Now, had I known that she could not separate the petty from the real, I would not have even dropped down and asked her to hit the link to, give my take on what was going on in her chat, right? If I'm knowing that you can't see, because when I'm having a real conversation, you're more than welcome to come over here and click the link because you did it. Okay, when it was about your okay, let me finish stirring up my coffee and let me hit the link. Right? Now I'm offended. Am I offended because she did that? No, you know why I'm not. It's more about her than it does about me. Okay? It says more about her than it does about me. And that's unfortunate that you have to be so petty. I just have to show I had to come rhythm. Check out my product tag bag because those are her products I use on my head, because they say I'm using an S curl, but those are the products those 50 her products. Hey, lady T, she suggested it. I said, well, let me finish stirring up my coffee since she want to be petty and fur up my own video. Okay, Ronnie Q, girl, you need to be able to differentiate the two. Okay, you need to be able to differentiate when you're having a real conversation. Even if you feel petty or some kind of way towards a person and you know this person has had this type of conversation numerous amounts of time. My audio messing up? Oh shoot. Why y'all didn't tell me? Let me know if it's still messing up. Oh shoot. I think I got a shortage in these earphones. Is it still messing up, Lady Tia? I moved the phone. Let me know if it's still messing up, love. Shoot. I even had a hard time getting on StreamYard in the first place. Happy MLK. You in the parade for the city today? Awesome. Is my audio still messing up though? But anyway, I'm gonna go on as if it's not messing up. Y'all let me know if the audio is still messing up, okay? Please. Right. Good morning, well, see. I just woke up. I'm going to make coffee, but thank you. I was in the midst of doing the same thing. She said, no, I do think it's a shortage. So it's not messing up anymore. Thank you, well, see. So anyway, no, it goes in and out, crackling. Is it still crackling now? Hold on. Well, y'all let me know when they start doing all that crazy stuff, right? And then I'll just take the headphones out. And maybe it'll be better. So, but anyway, Ronnie Q, girl, like I said, thank you, LC. You need to be able to differentiate the two, right? Now, when it comes to this conversation that you were trying to have concerning Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, and I guess his life. I know I came in late, but I came in. You were talking about it, like I said, and it was just someone was disrespecting you in the chat, right? So here's the thing. I find it very interesting that 47 did a speech last night. He said he is taking America back. He gonna make America great again, and all of this and all of that. And the day that he chooses to be inaugurated is the very day that the country is supposed to be celebrating the birthday of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, right? I said, very interesting, right? So number one, right? And then number two, he had that whole thing going on. I listened to a interview with Steve Bannon yesterday on whatever show that political show. Uh, what is the name of it? I can't think of it. It's on ABC, right? So see, they was asking Steve Bannon about what he thought about Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and the Apple CEO guy. I can't think of his name. What did he feel about them being on the front row when it comes to the inauguration, right? And so he said that they were supplicants, right? You know what a supplicant is? A supplicant is a servant, right? I said, oh, very interesting, right? Now, you gotta see. My thing is, I got a lot of theories about a whole lot of things, right? So, if you are, I know Creole Butterfly is, and probably a couple of y'all, if y'all are familiar with the book of Revelations, do you realize that we are watching this book of Revelations play out in front of our eyes? Okay. And the thing is that they can't stop it. So let me tell you why I say that. But I'm gonna get back to Ronnie Q, right? Because I'm on this train now and I ain't finna get off. Because clearly we talking about a real conversation today, right? Because I didn't want to come up here with this attitude anyway. Because I don't find nothing petty about what's going on in this country right now, right? So, oh, and before I dropped down on Ronnie Q's over there, I read about it back a little bit, and she was showing a interview of a podcaster, of a Anglo podcaster that was speaking about melanated people, right? That were less than in his world, we're even less than the less than. We're even less than 3/5 of a human being, and all this and all that, right? I can go over there and listen to that rhetoric that he was speaking. And as I'm listening to this, I'm thinking, do people realize that this is going to become commonplace? Okay, under this presidency, this is going to become commonplace, right? So when you see people falling down and Ronnie Q's chat or whoever's chat, right, and you are a melanated person and you get these very disrespectful content, it's because these people feel emboldened, right? They feel emboldened to spew out this rhetoric, right? And which is another reason why I want to click the link, because I want to comment on that video that she showed over there. Because that is a sign of the times. That is a part of him. I got a call, y'all. I'm sorry. A part of him taking this country back. Okay. Quote unquote. Right? So, and the guy was saying that I think he was saying something about we are not really Americans. That's the part I want to comment on. Let me tell you something. Our ancestors, as we know it, some believe it, some don't. But if you read and you know your history, all you gotta do is pick up a book and do some research, right? We all know that if we are melanated, now I'm not talking about immigrants that immigrated and they're like first generation African or black Cuban or whatever, right? So I'm talking about our ancestors that landed in this country, right? And by force, right? And so, uh, when he said that, I was like, wow, really? He is very ignorant, right? Because had it not been for our ancestors, we know that this country wouldn't be what it is. That is a fact. They even know that. We know that our blood is in this soil, right? Our ancestors' blood is in this soil, right? Because, like I said, without us, this country wouldn't look the way that it is look right now. Even when it comes to Washington, D.C., okay? Those plans were drawn up by a melanated man, okay? The symbolism and everything, right? And there is power in symbolism, okay? But that's I don't even want to veer off into that conversation, right? So, excuse me. When I heard that on the video, I was like, wow, really? This what we doing? Yep, this what we doing. But I just want to say when I hit the panel, that get used to this type of rhetoric, right? Mm-hmm. And then also I heard them talking about sundown towns, right? So you all know that I am Southern, and I still live in the South. There are sundown towns right to this day in my state and in every other state in the South, and not even in the South, all over the country, right? So a sundown town is, they used to say, the Anglos used to say, N word, don't let the sun set on your black behind. I'm going to put it that way, right? Or they going to take you out. All right? So that is what a sundown is, downtown is, right? And so there are actually small towns in my state, and I'm sure it's probably every other state, that no black people reside, no people live in that county, right? Even to this day, right? So there is one county called Heritage, Tennessee. No black people populate that town, zero, right? Now I don't know about now, but it used to be, but it probably still is. I would imagine. Why would they change it up? But anyway, my daddy used to talk about Heritage, Tennessee. But anyway, so she's trying to have this conversation about Martin Luther King. It is his day. It is also inauguration day. I didn't want to come online and on my channel and talk about it because I don't want to go there. But you started seeing a lot of stuff that's going on in this country, right? So I heard an interview a while ago when Elon Musk said of him saying things are going to get harder at first, but then eventually they'll get better. And I'm thinking, well, that's really cryptic. What the hell did he mean by that, right? And so it was not only pertaining to the economy, it was pertaining to the way, in my opinion, that this government is going to be run. As soon as this man is sworn into office in a couple of hours, it has already happened, right? So, but what people are not talking about, especially melanated people, because see, they say black people is always the last people to know something. You know why they say that? It's because we too focused on nonsense, okay? Like, Ronnie Q, you have tried to have a serious discussion, but you're going to take time out to be petty. Girl, are you serious? Do you realize what's going on in this country right now? Do y'all realize what's going on in this country right now? Okay? Now, I know that melanated people love to deal with escapism. That's why we love this beef sector, because we don't want to think about how hard it is to be melanated in this country, right? And all that entails, right? Some people, especially young melanated people, don't even have no idea of this country history as it pertains to their own race, because they have dumbed down the public school system to the point to where they don't even call slaves anymore. They turned them into indentured servants, okay? An indentured servant is absolutely not can't even come close to chattel slavery, okay? And a lot of these young people have, because a lot of they people don't want to talk about it, right? Don't have no clue of what's fit to happen, right? A lot of folks, if you ain't got your N-word wake up call by now, you finna get it, okay? You finna get it now, because we are coming into a new era as it pertains to this country. Because what he said, he's gonna make America great again, okay? What y'all think he mean by that? They're already talking about mass deportations, right? You got a hint at somebody being sworn in on the day that we are supposed to be honoring Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. That's symbolic. That's symbolism, in my opinion. It's like, take a hint, okay? You're going to be talking about it later, Creole. I heard that, right? Take a hint. That's what it means to me, right? So Biden, before he left office, child, he did a whole bunch of partnering. Did he did what he could, right? But only for Trump, the only thing he gonna do is what he did after at the onset of his first presidency after Barack Obama, is turn around everything that Barack Obama accomplished and put in place, including a pandemic response team. He is going to get rid of all of those measures, right? He is going to rescind all of that progress. That's all he's going to do, okay? Yeah, they have no clue. But what they say on The Devil Wears Prada, she's coming, gird your loins. Gird your loins, melanated people. Okay? So we had been talking about a while ago Project 2025, right? If you are not familiar with Project 2025, there are several videos on YouTube pertaining to Project 2025. They even spoke about it a little bit. They hinted at it a little bit on TV. Okay. Now we know, and also we know that the propaganda machine is finna be rolled out. Now they did a test yesterday, right? What was the test? Now pay attention to the context clues, right? Because we making America great again, right? Okay. So yesterday the test was they shut down TikTok, right? TikTok went black. Folks start going crazy. Before that, they were saying farewell to TikTok, all this and all that, right? They shut it down for a little while. Next thing you know, TikTok is back up, right? But they started TikTok back up again before Trump's speech that he did last night, right? So in his speech, he was talking about how he got TikTok. He re-jump started, if you will, TikTok. He wanted to praise for that. Honey, TikTok really wasn't never going nowhere. Catch the play, right? So he wants to be, the man is very narcissistic. The man, in my opinion, I'm gonna say allegedly, right? The man clearly has some type of God complex. But not only that, he is the figurehead for what I believe to be the machinations of what people have been talking about forever and calling a shadow government, right? And clearly, his side of this shadow government, his side and whatever the other side is, have clearly been at war for a long time. It's just that they won, right? Trump, Bannon, all of them, they won, right? Clearly they won because 47 has been reelected, right? Now, why would you now? Here's why propaganda is so powerful, right? They got rid of fact checking, right? Now, the propaganda is so powerful because when you don't want free speech or free thought, and you don't have the knowledge and understanding to speak, to critically think, because they used to teach children critical thinking skills in school. They taught critical thinking skills when I was in school. Y'all please hit the like button. Okay? They don't even want these young people, and clearly some of these older people, to critically think about what's really going on in this country, right? You can see all the trauma and all the hardships that are finna come about that are going on even now, right? When it comes to the reshaping of this country, right? Hey, Claude, how you doing? But they will have you thinking that everything is just rosy, right? That's what they have you. That's what they will have you thinking, right? That's called propaganda, right? Now, has propaganda, has propaganda ever played a part in a powerful part in any other government, uh, 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 any other country in the world? Yes. Let me give you an example. Russia. Okay. Now, when it comes to Russia and the United States of America, we know that 47 has long loved and adored and is a absolute fan of Putin, right? So could this be because he is such a fan of Putin? Could it be that now? And he also told the Southern Baptist Christians that if you vote for me, you won't have to worry about voting again. Meaning he ain't gonna be voted out. He wants to run a dictatorship. He doesn't want to be a free democratic election ever again, right? He wants to become a king, right? So much so that he wants to get rid of the Constitution of the United States of America, right? Because he wants to become a dictator like who? Who? Putin, right? So pay attention to what's going on in this country. Wake up, open your eyes. It's cute to come online, and exercise escapism. Okay. But look at what's going on in reality. Okay? And there's a reason why videos like this are never popular. Okay, especially over here, right? Because this is the epitome, and I'm in on it, and I love it. Because it's absolute lazy content creating, like I told Demetra the other day. This is my version of lazy content creating, okay? But you also have to realize what's going on in the world, okay? You get your good kiki, but in reality, offline, in the real world, look around and see what's going on in yourself with the world, with the United States, so you won't get hemmed up. Make preparations. Wake up, okay? They even try to take the term woke away from melanated people. I say, well, God dog. If that ain't an issue, I don't know what is. See, they be more worried about us than we be worried about them. Do you know why? Because they fear retribution. Okay? So when you get a incoming president that has been inaugurated on the day that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King is supposed to be celebrated, that is passive aggression, in my opinion. It is not even, hey, Ken, unconscious bias. It is passive aggression, right? Or outright aggression, if you really know what you're looking at. Because remember, he gonna make America great again. Okay? Right? That's what's gonna happen, right? Okay. All right. So let me roll it back a little bit. So she's over there having a conversation about Dr. King. They're asking her if she knows any good books on Dr. King and whatnot, and all this and all that. You know, and many of us, studied Dr. King in school, right? Not only in school, if you went to a higher learning university or college, you also, studied Dr. King at Black History Studies and all that type of thing, right? So, but here's the book I love the most when talking about melanated people. Unfortunately, it is not a book concerning Dr. King, right? My number one, because we all got a favorite, right? The best book that I have ever read, and the best book that I continue reading even to this day, because it's almost like my melanated version of it's next to my Bible, right? That's how much I love this book. Okay, there is a book called The Autobiography of Malcolm X. It's told by Alex Haley. Okay. Now, I don't know if you ever read that book, young people, okay? Why you all, and I think some people were genuinely wanting to know I don't know why, if you melanated, because you live in this country, okay? All right? Now, wasn't Jay Wilson, I was looking, and he was having this conversation, and he was talking about, I think they were talking about, why Dr. King was allegedly assassinated. And it wasn't because he was fighting for civil and human rights. It was because he had went from fighting for civil and human rights to want to, deal with, the economics of this country, right? He started the poor man's campaign, right? And that included, everybody, right? And he said that his dream, referencing his "I have a dream" speech, his dream has become a nightmare, right? And so he wasn't assassinated because he was fighting for the rights of melanated people, right? He was assassinated because he went from that to starting the poor people's campaign. And I heard Jay Wilson talking about that, right? And he is absolutely right about that. That is why he was assassinated. Okay, but anyway, when it comes to the autobiography of Malcolm X, it's told by Alex Haley. If you have not read that book and you are a melanated person, I highly suggest that you read that book. Okay, I highly suggest that. All right, highly, 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 highly. Highly suggested. I'm not reading the chat, y'all. I got to get this out. I'm sorry. But hey, Claudia, if I didn't say it. Hey, Kelly, if I didn't say it. Hey, everybody in the class. Y'all please hit the like button. So anyway, the reason why I like that book so much is because it is what Dr. King, but moreover Malcolm X, were talking about things that not were only relevant in that day, but he was also speaking about things to come, right? Things to come when it comes to Malcolm X, right? And everything that that man was talking about as it pertains to the future, we are seeing those things play out right to this day, right? And so even when it came to Dr. King, when he moved from civil and human rights to the Poor People's Campaign, that was futuristic, right? Because he did realize that his issue, it was okay, racism and inequality as it pertains to the black community, but moreover, it was a class issue, right? Now, per this inauguration, if you don't realize that it is a class war going on in this country, then I don't know what to tell you, right? So when it comes to a class war, it's sneaky, right? Because we know before this country was founded, pretty much of all of the Anglos resided in Britannia, in England, right? And so the wealthy over there realized that the poor people, the common man, has started being disgruntled, right? They didn't want to be overthrown. They didn't want they properties taken, their money taken, because it's clearly more everyday people than it are wealthy people, right? So they came up with this divisionist tactic, right? You know, divide and conquer, if you will, right? So they had a form of classism. They had a form of racism as it pertains to the peoples, right? Over there, right? So when they came over here, you know, they didn't come over with the slaves, but you know, per the Atlantic slave trade, if you research that, when the first slaves were brought over there, the first slaves were not even actually, or the slave trade didn't even start with the Americas. The slave trade, in case if you guys don't know, I'm sure all of you in here know, actually started with the Catholic Church, right? That is the first quote unquote the first slaves were given to the Catholic Church, and they were given to these Africans were given to the Catholic Church by the Portuguese, right? The Portuguese presented Africans to the Pope as a people that were, we were like animals. We didn't have a soul. We were inhumane, but we could serve. We could work. Do you see what I'm saying? We could do stuff like that, right? So the Catholic Church blessed slavery. The Portuguese presented it to the Pope because they knew that slavery would be profitable, right? Because there has always been a form of slavery in this world, right? We know what happened to the Hebrews in the Bible, right? So after the Catholic Church blessed the business of slavery, it became widespread, right? And it also became legal. But the Catholic Church blessed slavery, gave the Portuguese permission, okay, to take these people out of their land and enslave them and sell them and treat them like cattle, right? In case you didn't know, go look it up. Do your research. Mm-hmm. So anyway, um, I got off the seat. This is why I don't like to have these videos, because I tend to just go everywhere with it. So anyway, I didn't even tend to be on here this long, right? So getting back to circling fast forward, I told you about the book that I getting back to the autobiography of Malcolm X, right? It's told by Alex Haley, right? That's the name of the book, right? The reason why I referenced that book and the reason why I mentioned chattel slavery, I'm circling back around. I'm bringing it home. Y'all ain't here with me. The reason why I did that is because as it pertains to this country, right? The system of slavery, us being considered 3/5 of a human being, still exists right to this day. So when you hear somebody on a podcast saying, not even realizing, doing a reference, he was saying 3/8 or something like that. He didn't know it was 3/5, right? Just very ignorant. Okay, just don't even know nothing for real. Just want to be very ignorant and very racist, and very, very just repulsive, right? So you got stuff like that going on. Like I said earlier, it's going to become more prevalent. Start paying attention to how many black people they have been placed in positions of authority start to disappear, as in being replaced, by a non-melanated person. Because remember, they taking back this country, right? And we are 3/5 of a human being, but only 3/5 of a human being when they need you, right? Okay, and so they feel like at this point in time in this country, you're really not needed for much. Now, see, the thing with that is, when folks go to holler, they used to holler real bad back in the day. Even now, you hear some ignorant person say, "Go back to Africa." Okay, the Anglo, especially in this country, is so their history, their legacy, their survival is so entwined with melanated people that they can't do to you what they want to do to the illegals, right? Put them on the bus and ship them out, right? They can't do that to you, okay? Even Abraham Lincoln, when he abolished slavery, somewhat, knew that they were saying, well, put them all back on the boat, send them back to Africa, right? You know why they couldn't do that? They couldn't do that because they wanted to get black people, move you from the South, push you towards the North because they needed you to work in the factories, right? Via the onslaught of the Iron Age, right? And those southern plantations, those cotton growers, okay? They dominated this country. They had all the power, right? Pay attention to the power play, right? So Lincoln comes into office, and what does he do? He takes away their main source of income, which was us. Okay, not necessarily, not. See, people, a lot of black people, even to this day, see Lincoln as some kind of savior. No, honey, he simply took away the most profitable asset, which was us, right? And moved that asset to the north, right? Which meant a redistribution of power, right? Pay attention, class. Pay attention and hit the like button. Which meant a redistribution of class. Why am I a redistribution of wealth and class, right? Via the Iron Age, right? The iron, IRON age, right? When you start getting all these factories coming up, right? And whatnot, and all that entails, right? So, the reason why I bring this up is I'm circling back around to Martin Luther King. Okay, I done took several detours, but I'm circling back around to the original subject of what Ronnie Q was talking about. Okay? Let's not forget about it, right? So this is a conversation, though, by the way, that I wanted to have on her platform because she was honoring Dr. King. So anyway, let me circle it back around. So, like I said, we know now that King was assassinated because he stopped. He wanted to start a new campaign, right? Which was the poor people's campaign, right? The redistribution of wealth. He was even talking about reparations, okay? Now we would never, I know that I would never, okay? I would never, ever in my lifetime, right, see anything concerning a reparation, right? That is not enough money. This country would go in economic free fall, okay? If they tried to give melanated people descended from slavery, because now our melanated people in this country are descended from slavery, okay? And then they had the issue one time, just on the side note, they said, well, how will you know if you were descended from slavery? How could you even find out? Because everybody, don't have a Bible, in their home of all their ancestors going back to, as far back as they could, right? But let me tell you, this is how you will find out, right? You will find out because every person, every ancestor brought over here off of that boat that set foot in this land, you can research it back to the Library of Congress. Okay? And if you don't, or you can do the DNA thing. I don't suggest DNA. I don't like those, what is those family DNA? You send your DNA in and what do they call that place? And they find your old relatives and ancestors. And I don't trust that. That's for a reason, right? But that's a subject for another day, right? But folks buying into it, right? But did y'all see that movie they cloned Tyrone? It was on Netflix, right? Ancestry.com. Thank you. I don't trust it. Right? Y'all remember that? I don't know if y'all seen the Netflix movie. Hit the one if you seen they cloned Tyrone. Okay. Bye-bye. You better pay attention to what's going on TV because they be telling you telling you little things, and it be so unbelievable. You just think that it's entertainment, but is it really? They came out after however long, and what decades ago and said they cloned what was it? The first thing they say they cloned, was it a sheep or a pig or something? Do you think they haven't advanced from cloning animals to cloning humans? Allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly. Now we know that they have advanced from cloning animals allegedly to cloning humans. Because they, have you seen those videos or those testimonials of people? But I seen one a couple of weeks ago where this black woman had received was it a kidney or a lung from a pig or something like that? And then you thinking, well, how could a human being live with the organ of an animal? Huh? How is that possible? Huh? Because they crossing, they messing with your DNA. They messing with our DNA. Okay, everybody's DNA. Right? Not just melanated people, everybody's. They want to clone you. Okay? They are cloning you. Alright, so they ain't getting my DNA. Okay, I'm just saying. Right? They can't have mine. Right? They're already selling melanin, little vials of melanin on the market for over $700 a gram. You gotta ask yourself about that. You gotta ask yourself why so many hundreds of thousands of black people go missing in this country alone, and I'm sure millions across the world go missing every year around the world as well as in this country. You gotta ask yourself about that. Okay, so not only did they clone Tyrone, they might have cloned Clarissa as well. Okay, child. Yeah, that's right. Never stop doing. Why would they? Because they got a God complex, right? You got a God. Science has a God complex when they want to try to isolate. When they want to try to isolate the, what do they call it? What do they call that? Oh my God, I forgot what they call it. They want to isolate mm, mm, mm. Uh, mm. Oh, I forgot what they call it, y'all. I'm gonna have to come back to it. It's in my brain. I forgot it. But they want to isolate conception, right? They want to be able to, what is it called? Is the, oh my God, what is the name of that? Anyway, they want to try to capture that, right? They want to capture um when the soul learn how, and they want to be able to capture how it works when the soul enters your body or something like that. I can't think of the name of it right now. But anyway, that's what they want to do. To the point where some people believe that they have ripped dimensions, right? And you got demons coming from other dimensions, right? Do I believe that there is more than one dimension in this world, or in this galaxy, in our existence? Yes, I do. Number one reason why I believe it is real simple. Do y'all believe in deja vu? I do. Have you ever been doing something and then you be like, what? It seemed like I did this before. But you ain't never did it before, not in this lifetime. But you, the God particle, thank you, Becca Moneymaker. They want to be able to capture the God particle. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. How the hell are you so arrogant as a human being that you think that you can capture a God particle? The God particle. Like what? And then you wonder why all this madness is going on in this world right now. Like I said, you're watching the book of Revelations play out in front of your face. That's what you're doing. How do you feel like you can become, these people can become, because they feel like if they can capture the God particle, then they will be gods. Okay? They will be comparable to God. Okay? This is what science is doing, right? And it's really very scary, because when you start tweaking with stuff like that, you don't nothing but bad come out of it, right? They will never be able to do that wild card, right? But they can do a whole bunch of damage in the process. A whole bunch of, they can turn rifts in dimensions, right? So if you turn rifts in dimensions, right, and you can't close these rifts up, what's gonna come through first? Demons, demonic entities. They're gonna be the first through the door. Why would they not be? Right? So really you have to even question what's behind somebody's eyes and somebody's face. Okay? Child. You gotta question even, yes, CERN, we can talk about CERN, right? Right. That is a system that is what they created in order to capture the what they call the God particle. Right? So you just gotta, really just take a look at what's going on in this country right now, in this world. It's real scary. It's real scary. I cannot believe that I am alive to see some of this stuff. Be quite honest with you. Let's take the fires real quick. I was looking at a video clip this morning, because there really was nothing else to look at. I was looking at a video clip this morning of Joe Rogan's interview with Mel Gibson, right? And so we know how horrific the California wildfires have been. And they said that Mel Gibson, when he was doing an interview with Joe Rogan, his house actually burned down, right? That's what they were saying. And so, but he did a clip, he did an interview. I seen another video where he was doing a Fox News interview where, the lady was asking him, is your family okay? And all of this, were you able to, get anything out? And he was like, we lost, so much. We lost our home, it burnt to the ground. We lost art, things that were, irreplaceable, books as far back as the 1600s. But he said those are all material things, because as long as my family, I got my family out, so we're good, right? Which is absolutely right. But he lost everything, right? As well as a whole lot of people. I've seen so many sad stories on the news about. I seen one news one news thing about this black family that had lived in his home, and I think that it was the Palisades or something like that. Forgive me if I'm saying it the wrong way, or mentioning the wrong place. I'm not very familiar with communities in California, but uh, 3 generations of them have come through their home. You know, their home has been in their family for 3 generations, and it burnt to the ground. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. It was so sad to me, right? And I'm sure that's the same story for a lot of families, you know. Uh, and so anyway, Mel Gibson, I saw another video when it came to Mel Gibson. And he was like, the title of the video is that Mel Gibson need to be protected at all times, because he said this or something like that. And what they were talking about was when he was starting to, outright give his theory as to what he believes happened, why these California wildfires happened. He don't think it was just, a situation like a lightning struck a tree and it started this forest fire along with those Santa Ana winds, and it just sparked the flame. He thinks that allegedly, but he thinks that I'm saying allegedly, but he thinks that they were allegedly started by people, right? Because he said that some about they arrested somebody, an alleged fire starter, and he had all this fire protective gear, and he was questioning why. He had all this fire protective gear, and then something else. The man was arrested, but he wasn't held, or something like that, right? So he's theorizing that this was on purpose, and a lot of people are, right? And I was like, wow, I didn't even think about nothing like that, right? So he goes on to say that the reason why he thinks this is because they want to get rid of neighborhoods, right, and build up this futuristic type of Los Angeles or California, right? So you burn it down, you buy the land from people if it's bought, whoever owns it, and you turn it down like they're doing in Maui, right? And you build up and you start building your new version of California or Los Angeles. I also seen a video where I think there's some validity to this? Yeah, I do, because I seen another video where they say when they went to try to put out the fires and they opened up the water, or what do you call it, the water things that are on the outside. There was no pressure in the what do you call the things, the yellow things. There was no pressure in the hydrants, right? And so they showed a video of this one black man, and he said the house was on fire next to him, but his house was on fire, and he went to plug up his water hose, and there was no water coming out of it, like there was no pressure. And him and his wife was running around trying to find water, trying to save their house. I was like, oh my God, right? Why was there no water pressure in these fires? Now we know that California is built up on a desert. It ain't nothing but a desert, right? We all know that. And they've always had problems with water. But why, when something horrific like this is going on, is there no water pressure, right? So you got to think about stuff like that. And then you got to ask yourself, well, is this man crazy? Or does he have a valid theory? So I don't know. But I don't live in California. And this is what Mel Gibson is theorizing, right? This is his theory, right? So that's why I said allegedly. Everything I'm saying about this is allegedly, okay? Because wow. But he thinks is to build up a more futuristic city, right? And I'm like, wow. But I guess time will tell. I guess time will tell. Because, I seen a video one time about some kind of, I think, was it Elon Musk or one of them that was building some kind of transit system under Los Angeles or something like that. Something was going on. So when he starts saying they want to build up a more futuristic style city, I'm thinking, well, is that why they were building that underground transit system? So it made me think about that, right? And so you just got to realize how shady this world and demonic this world really is, okay? no water, and yeah, the insurance. They said 6 months before the wildfire, that State Farm took away fire protection out of their insurance policies. So what are these people supposed to do? Yeah, right before the wild. Yeah, y'all heard that too. Wild card. I'm like, wow, really? Sure. He also spoke. This is so-called in Hollywood. Yeah, he did. Now he also Cloud talked about when he was making the movie The Passion of the Christ. He said that they did not want him to make that movie. He said that they beat him up. His words, quote unquote, beat him up. You know, I guess try to sabotage her every which way but loose because he was making that movie, right? Now we know who runs Hollywood, right? So are we surprised that they would not want him to make that movie? But that's what he said out of his own, out of his own. But and also the man, I can't think of his name right now. I think his name is Daniel something, Cardiel or Carliel. The man that played Jesus in the Passion of the Christ, it really changed his life, right? And so, and also they said he was a rising star in Hollywood, but after he played that role, he wasn't so popular anymore, right? And so it's just so much stuff going on, and that could even take me down a rabbit hole of secret societies. Jim Caviezel, yeah, that's his name, Cloud. I knew it was something like that. I can't even pronounce his last name, child, right? But he said that he got struck by lightning, I think, during the production of Passion of the Christ, and he died, and he felt like he met Jesus or something like that. They were saying, I seen that on the interview, and I was like, wow, it was a lot of stuff concerning. And also what I found interesting, in an interview with Joe Rogan when what's his name was talking about it, he was talking about the Catholic Church, right? This has been playing for a long time. Any of the homes were generational homes. Wow. Um, and the people did not want to sell. Absolutely, yes, they want the land, and this was the only way to take it off. Ain't that something? I'm gonna say allegedly, but yeah, it makes sense. Look at what happened in the Maui fires, right? And then one of the things that they were saying started the Maui fires was the electric company, and they wouldn't shut off the power. They said something about power not being shut off, or some kind of electrical wiring went bad up with some trees, and that might have sparked it up. And then they thinking about suing the electric company around there in California. I seen that on the report. Cuvizol or Cuvizol. Thank you, Cloud. Child. But yeah, there's just like a lot of, and some of these theories, of course, it's all alleged and considered a conspiracy theory, but pay attention to what's really going on, right? Pay attention to context clues, become a critical thinker. They just want you via propaganda. They only want you to believe what they want you to believe, right? So it's just, and then they want to take away independent media. They're gonna start putting. So if we start seeing certain, we know certain things even now on YouTube that we can't say. So when you start seeing even more things that you can't say or you won't be monetized, pay attention to why. Why is this really happening? Right? It's called propaganda. It's called the taking away of free speech, even as it pertains to the free media, right? And we know that the internet is basically free media. Anybody can start up a channel, and give their opinion on anything, right? That is a form of free speech, right? Now, I'm not talking about the abuse of free speech, because free speech is not only being abused by these people that want you to believe this propaganda, it also it's abused on a daily basis by regular people. That's how you get doxers. That's how you get stalkers. and everything else. Online bullies, everything else, because you abuse it. So the propaganda, in my opinion, is the abuse or the diminishing of free speech. That's just how I feel about it. But pay attention to what's going to go on, especially in this country when it comes to social media, right? Pay attention. They already gave you a precursor with that whole TikTok situation. And 47 coming in like he a savior. Well, he done saved TikTok. All hell 47. He done saved TikTok. Okay, child. Focus. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. Things is changing, right? So now they say, of course, I got the news on, and the headline now is the second inauguration of Donald J. Trump 2025. It says, coming soon, President-elect Trump departs to St. John's Church. Because, they always go to church before the inauguration. So, of course, the news is broadcasting the events of the day, right? And so that's what they're talking about now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But just pay attention. Now, mind you, this is still supposed to be the day that we celebrate Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, right? I just find it very interesting, Right, it's going to be a bumpy ride, okay? And if you coming late to the party, Claude, because you don't know what's going on for real, because you so worried about the wrong thing, where it hit you by surprise, then you going to be on your own. It's going to be on you, okay? It's going to be on you, And so, yeah, that's how I feel about it. Before it's all over with. Y'all been, okay, now here's another movie I like that be trying to warn America, right? I told y'all that the movie, it was called Civil War. There's a movie called Civil War. It's on HBO Max. Claude, did you see that movie? Very interesting. Very interesting movie. Very interesting what the president looks like in that movie. It's called Civil War. If y'all ain't seen it, y'all need to watch that movie, right? And also, she said TikTok should have some people this can stop anytime. Absolutely. It was just a test, lady Tia. That's all. Just playing in people's face, child. That's all. That's all. Yeah, you need to watch it, Carl. It's called Civil War 2024. Civil War 2023 or something like that. Folks need to save that money. They make it. Child, you need to take it out the bank and do like the old black folks used to do and sow it in your mattress or bury it in your backyard. Okay, child. Child. We ain't even gonna start talking about that. But pay attention, folks. Pay attention. It's gonna get real interesting in this country. That's my prediction. When it comes to this presidency, as well as we can the people that he's appointing to his cabinet alone is questionable. Okay, a lot of these people is cat piss crazy. All right, don't know nothing about the government for real. And I'm thinking, really? This is what we doing? But yeah, really. Went into Babylon the Great falls. But that's why, because it's falling. Because we know every great nation has always fallen, right? So you right, Cloud. And this one ain't no different. Okay? This one ain't no different. I forgot I had that up there, y'all. Sorry about that. This one ain't no different. So yeah. Yeah. All of this stuff, this demonic stuff, cause this country was founded, with people, that dealt with these dark forces, right? How do you think something like that is going to survive and thrive forever? Okay? No matter what function, what side you on. Okay? We are just pawns anyway. Right? Because those wealthy people are the ones that's fighting for power, right? Those are the ones that we never see. They're not. I ain't even talking about the Elon Musk and all of them and Trump. I'm talking about the ones that we never see. I'm talking about the true 1%ers, the ones that really run this country and run this world. Cause it ain't but a few of them. So when they feel like it's time to make a shift, hey, we start shifting, and that's what's going on right now. But when you go to playing God, it ain't never gonna work out the way that you think it's gonna work out. Okay? Because God is omnipotent. Okay? He is the first and the last. He is the beginning and the end. I don't care if you believe in him or not. Whether you believe in him or not, it's not even necessary. Because he is still God and God alone. Okay? So that's the only person I go to, be that as is made. Because if you bleed like me, it ain't nothing that you can tell me. Not nothing. I don't care how petty I am. I don't care how smart or dumb you think I am. All right? I don't care if you think I am black first or not. But I'm going to tell you something you ought to know. Is I know that when the times get rough, I know where to go. I know who has always had a head of protection around me and my family, and moreover me. And the proof of that is the fact that I'm online talking to you right now. So I know it's a God. I know that it's something greater than me. Okay? I don't associate myself with, I'm not trying to sit on the right hand of God. I'm just trying to fall at his feet. I'm just hoping that let me touch a stray string on the hem of his garment. I ain't even got to touch the hem, just a little, just a little piece of thread that's sticking out. I want to be worthy of doing that. Okay. So while you see me on here being petty, it's a pastime. It's escapism for me as well. But don't never get it twisted. Okay? When it comes to the real, I know the difference between online and reality. Okay? I know the difference. All right? I'm just saying, I didn't mean to go there. And I'm just real passionate about my God and my relationship with my God and the way I run it because he know me. And because he know me and because I realize that he know me, I know exactly who I am. Do you understand me? I know exactly the mean and surly witch, but put a B right there, that I am. Okay? I embrace it. He made me that way. Mm-hmm. But he made me that way for a reason. Because when it comes to him, I am not going to bow. I am not going to bow. Yes, I will die for him. When you ask me that question, if I should be honored enough to be asked that question, yes. The answer is yes. Yes, absolutely, yes. What the fuck else am I supposed to do? Now, see, that's my reality. That's me keeping it a buck. That's me sharing something personal with y'all. Right? And it's for a reason. And the reason why for whatever reason I came on, I'm assuming this is what I'm supposed to say. Why? Because I'm very passionate about it. Tears are coming out of my eyes. Because I don't want my melanated people to go to the ground not knowing who they are. You are the representation of the Almighty Creator. You are created with melanin. You are a part of the universe. You are the universe. You are the ground that you walk on. You are the air that you breathe. You are the sun that you see. You are the rain that falls from the sky. You are melanin. You are of God. That's what you are. Everything else is a duplicate. Everything else is a unfortunate accident. I'm gonna put it that way, okay? And so, yep, that's who you are. That's who you are. That's who you really are, whether you know it or not. You are the universe. You are everything around you. Literally. Everything around you. You are infused with the particle melanin, which is in the galaxy, which is all around you. Like I said, on the ground you walk on, in the trees, in the air you breathe, in the sun, in the moon, in the stars, everything. You are melanin. You are a fully formed human being. Okay? You did not evolve from the caveman. You did not come from the Cro-Magnon man. You are a fully formed human being. You did not have to evolve from anything. You have always been melanin. Always. And every other thing knows that. Why do you think the whole world hates you? And when you become aware that the whole world hates you, no matter how much they smile in your face, you learn how to move different, okay? I was taught to move different. I teach mine to move different. We move different, okay? I know how to play the game. Trust and believe. Mm-hmm. Trust and believe. It just is what it is. Because I know exactly who the hell I am, okay? And what the hell I am capable of. All right? So, when it comes to this what's going on right now, child, it is what it is, okay? Just like we survived. If your ancestors, you clearly were strong enough to survive chattel slavery, because you here right now, if you are a descendant of slavery, that means your people survived. Your bloodline survived. So if your bloodline, even if your bloodline was strong enough to survive, right? So whatever is ahead of you, whether you realize it or not, when it's time for all the ancestral knowledge to kick in, oh, it's gone. It's gonna kick in. You know. And all this peace and love, and I love everybody, but everybody don't love me. But I still love everybody. Blah 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 and blah blah blah. Okay, you're gonna be forced to pick a side. Okay, because you know people like to pick a side over here. Let me tell you the side you're gonna have to pick. You're going to have to pick a side of self-preservation versus non-self-preservation. Okay, because there is power in numbers. Hey, Cap, right? There is power in numbers, right? So you better start finding a way to make peace, okay? Even in the midst of the petty, Ronnie Q. Do you hear me? So I'm going to close right here because I done came full circle. And I'm going to get off of here because I'm preaching too much. And I didn't mean to do all this, okay? But this is me, y'all. This is the real me. This is me not lazy contenting, not lazy contenting this morning. This is me having a conversation with my people, right? With the subscribers that are at least willing to listen and consider what it is that I have to say, because these are my beliefs and my beliefs alone, okay? But thank you for considering it, and think about it if you want to, you know. But this is the truth as I knew it. All right? All right? Sure has already kicked in. Well, see, you got that right. Uh, but yeah, gird your loins. Like I said, I forgot what I was gonna say a few minutes ago. But gird your loins, child. You got to know who you are. And you got to know how to maneuver around it, okay? Because remember, our incoming president is going to make America great again. Mm-hmm. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for a greater America? All right. Okay, let me get over here. I forgot. I was just trying to remember what I was going to say. You know, this is my type of live stream. Oh, no problem, Carl. You know, I don't even talk like this no more, Carl. Right? But that Ronnie Q set me off. Okay. I was like, girl, this is not the time. I thought better of you than that. Okay, girl. Y'all please hit the like button. I don't know if I got 100 likes or not. Probably didn't because folks don't like this side of the oracle, okay? They're not interested in this oracle, okay? This is why I don't have these conversations anymore, Cloud. You notice I don't even do this type of content anymore. I just do lazy contenting now because don't nobody want to hear this version of the oracle, okay? The one that don't play no dang on petty games, all right? This is not popular, all right? Now, mind you, I don't mind. I love me some good petty. Oh, yes. And some good messy. Oh, yes. That's why I'm still over here. But when it come time, I did not start this real conversation this morning, y'all, by the way. And I am not going to be blamed for this video. I'm going to blame Ronnie Q for this video. Okay? Thank you, Corrine. Ronnie Q, it's your fault that you made me come out here and tell my melanated people the truth, Alpha. It's your fault. Okay? Excuse me. So y'all don't blame me, blame Ronnie Q. And then she said, I'll say her name, but girl, I'm saying your name today. Now, see, that's the petty right there. Okay. Did y'all like my thumbnail? Did y'all take a look at my thumbnail? As well as my picture right here. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. As long as I've been giving my love to you, hey, you should be giving me your love too. And I ain't talking about the girl, I'm talking about the melanin. Okay? In case you didn't catch that. Catch! Did you catch that, cat? Child. Let me get off here, right? So anyway, Corey said, hey, thank you, Colette. I really didn't mean to get this deep, but this is this right here. What's going on in this country right here? I can't believe that I'm watching it. Like I really can't. I literally. This is some handmade. Have y'all ever heard this? The singing cloud. I know you hate it. That's why I had to do it because you was on here. This some. Have y'all seen that show on Hulu called The Handmaid's Tale? This some Handmaid's Tale purge type situation this to go on in this country. Okay, child. This some dystopian society type stuff that's supposed to go on in this country. You know, because in the Handmaid's Tale, it was a civil war in the country, right? And the country was split in half. A lot of Americans had to flee to Canada, and they turned women into slaves. Okay, child. This some dystopian society stuff. Okay, I was like, bye. I was my type of life. I love my people, and I love to know someone can be getting used to hearing our history and not the stories they have lied about. Thank you, Lady T, and I absolutely agree. Hey, and hey, everybody that came, Miss Queenie, everybody, Claude, Corinne, Colette, of course, Lady Tia, Cap, all y'all, Wild Card. Thanks for dropping down, Sparkle, Lady Sparkle. Thank y'all for dropping down. And if I didn't say your name or see your name, charge it to my eyes, honey, and not my heart. Because, like I said, thank y'all for being in here for this type of conversation. This is not the norm over here, nor the popular, but it is real. This is the truth as I know it, right? And if you came in late, please be part of the replay game, right? Because every once in a while they'll drop. See, if you push me hard enough, I slip up and start saying some real stuff, right? The Hunger Games and all that. May the odds be ever in your favor. I know that's right, Miss Queenie. Child. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? May the odds be ever in your favor. Okay. Child. That's the truth of what's going to go on right here in this country. We get ready to get a whole revelation. Okay. But make it so bad. The people that think that they are going to benefit from what's going to happen in this country are going to quickly realize if you are an everyday American, you are not going to benefit from this administration, in my opinion, allegedly. That is just simply my theory. Okay? You think you're going to be benefiting, but you're really not. Okay? Because it ain't about certain things. It's about class and wealth and the redistribution of wealth. Because like I said, there has been a civil war going on in this country probably for a while now. We just knew nothing about it. Okay? And now we're starting to see the winners. The winners are coming out. Okay? Child, pay attention. Lord have mercy. Gird your loins. Gird your loins. Shout out to the what I say name of that movie was? Whatever it was. Gird your loins, child. It's finna get real around here, okay? But have your eyes wide open, okay? Don't get caught slipping, melanated people. Remember who you are. And like I said, you know, when times get tough, we always show up. You know what I mean? That ancestral knowledge is going to come out of you. You're going to find yourself doing something and you didn't even realize that you can do it. Okay? Because it's in your DNA. It's in your melanin. Okay? We have survived since the inception of this planet. And we are the first on this planet. And we're going to be the last. It's just that all the stuff in the middle is meant to destroy you, to prevent you from being the you that they know that you are. You just don't know you are, but they know. That's why they fear retribution at the end of the day. Peep game. Okay? All right. See, this is why they don't like the oracle around here in this sector. Some don't. A lot don't. Okay? But it is what it is. And like I said, it is not my fault. For this conversation this morning that we had. It is Ronnie Q's fault because she wanted to be petty. Because I wanted to help her out on her, not help her out, but add to her discussion. But she was so petty, okay, that she didn't even take time to realize what it was that I was trying to do. I was on my grown woman-ish this morning. I wasn't talking about no YouTube fodder. I don't give a dang about that for real. Are you okay? Child. What in the world is going on around here? But anyway, let me get out of here. Y'all better be glad that I have a thermal mug and my coffee is still warm, Cloud, or I would be feeling away now. Okay. I hope I got 100 likes. Thank you guys, everybody that came in to listen to me. Please be part of the replay game. This was not my regularly scheduled broadcast type of broadcast, okay? But yeah, it was much needed. All right, I was glad to get it off my chest because y'all know I don't have these conversations no more. I let everybody else have them, right? Because clearly I am not the right messenger for this type of conversation over here. Right? I am not the right messenger for a whole lot of conversations over here. But all I want you to do, if you listen and understand my voice, is open your eyes and pay attention to what's really going on around here. Hey, the hood table. Hey, Miss Alfreda. Question everything that you see. Okay? Question what you hear. And if you see it, question it twice. Okay? Child. Anyway, I gotta go. Once again, y'all take a thank you for joining me. Please be part of the replay gang. Please hit the like button on your way out the door. Thank you for considering. Hey Tanya, considering what it is that I had to say, whether you believe it or not. Thank you for listening. Right? Thank you for being part of the show this morning. Right? And I also want to say happy, blessed Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Day. All right, and all that entails. you know. And y'all check out that book if you haven't. It is absolutely life changing. It was life changing to me when I read it for the first time. And the next, since they're asking for, books, the best one of the best books that I have ever read, like I said, is the biography of Malcolm X, as told to Alex Haley. That book will change your perception on a lot of things as it pertains to this country and also as it pertains to your people. So I'm just going to go back to being petty probably tomorrow whenever I go live again. But this video was not my fault. Blame it on Ronnie Q. Okay. All right. Because she was so petty that she couldn't get past the petty to have the real conversation. But clearly, I was supposed to have this conversation anyway. Okay. She suggested that I fire up my own video, people, and that is what I did. Okay. Thank you for that advice, Ronnie Q. Okay, girl. But anyway, I love you guys in the way that Christ loves you. Y'all stay warm out there. All right, and be safe and watch your back, your front, your side, your up and your down. Gird your loins, like I said, because things is fixed to get real interesting in this country. Okay, don't spend all your time on YouTube. Okay, take a look at the world around you and see what's going on. Before you slip up and be caught up in something that you didn't even realize was going on in the first place. All right. Let me get off here and I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Peace.